brakes as well as pre-trip the Texas way. Y'all come check us out. All right, now starting with our with the exterior inspection, I'm gonna check my 3 L's. I'm looking for lenses, leaks, and leans. So first, I'm gonna check my lenses, my clearance lights. I wanna make sure that they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken. It's free of debris and moisture, and they're the proper color that is amber. Now I'm gonna check my headlights. I wanna make sure that they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken. They're free of debris and moisture, and they're the proper color clear. These ones will do my low beams, my high beams, and I also got my left and right turn signals and my 4-way flashes here as well. Now I'm gonna look under my truck and I'm gonna make sure that there's nothing leaning, that there's nothing leaking. Now I'm looking at my truck as a whole and I'm gonna make sure that it's not leaning to the left or to the right, signifying that my I have an uneven cargo, my suspension is broken, or I have uneven tire pressure. Now we're gonna go to the under the hood part. First thing I want to check is my coolant reservoir. I want to make sure that it's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken. There's no visible leaks. And to check it, I want to make sure that my engine is off. And I want to make sure that it's in between the max and add range. Also, I can take the top off. If it's off and cool, I can take the top off and look in it through there. I want to make sure that that seal on the inside has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts either. Now I want to check out all my general hoses in this. Then I have my power steering reservoir. I want to make sure that it's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken. There's no visible leaks. And to check it, I want to make sure that it's in between the add and full range. And I can also take the top off and look at the dipstick to make sure that it's in between the add and full range on that dipstick. As well, I want to check that rubber seal, make sure there's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on it. I have my power steering hose properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and there's no visible leaks. My hose will take me straight to my power steering pump, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no visible leaks. Now I have my steering shaft, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no more than 10 degrees of play on a 20-inch wheel. I have my U-joints. They're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's free of debris. I have my gearbox, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no visible leaks. I have my pitman arm, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. My Castle nut and cotter pin, there's 3 of them. One on my pitman arm, one on my upper control arm, the other one's down here on my lower control arm. Make sure it's properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, no rust streaks or metal shavings. I have my drag link, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. My upper and lower control arm, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. My tie rod is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. Move on to my leaf spring mount. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And my leaf spring is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. My U-bolts, they're properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And there's no missing hardware. And my shock absorber is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no visible leaks. I have my brake hose properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and there's no audible leaks. My brake chamber and clamp properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no audible leaks. My slack adjuster and push rod properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. And to check it, I chalk my wheels, release my parking brake, and pull it, and make sure that there's no more than 1 inch of play. I have my inner lining properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not worn, dangerously thin up to 1/4 of an inch, and there's no contaminants on it. I have my brake drum. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no bluing from excessive heat. I have my inner and outer rim properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. No illegal welds or holes. My inner and outer tire, there's properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts. And my tire surface is properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts. It's evenly worn, and it's not worn less than 430 seconds. These cannot be recapped. I have my valve cap and stem properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no audible leaks. And I have my lug nuts. They're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. No rust streaks or metal shavings which will indicate looseness. My multi-function light, this can do my 4-way flashers on my left and right turn signal. It's probably mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken. It's free of debris and moisture, and it's the proper color amber. And I have my mirror, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken. It's free of debris and moisture. There's no illegal stickers, and it. Yeah, that's it. My fuel tank and the straps, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no visible leaks. My fuel cap, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. The safety chain is present, and the seal on the inside has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on it. I have my battery box, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. My batteries themselves are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken. My wires, they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cut, torn, or frayed. And my terminals, they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no corrosion. Move to the back. I have my pigtail and the clamp, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. My electrical line, it's properly mounted and secured. There's no cut, torn, or frayed. My airlines, properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and there's no audible leaks. Those my glad hands are properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. The seal has no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on them. Moving over to the frame of my truck. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And there's no twisting or illegal welds or holes. I have my platform and platform mounting bolts, properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no metal shavings or rust streaks which indicate looseness. My locking pins are properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's in the locked position. My release handle is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's in the open position. My pivot pin and cotter pin is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And my skid plate is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and evenly greased. When you're starting your in-cabin air brakes inspection, the first thing that you want to do is make sure you chalk your wheels. Make sure that you chalk the front and rear of your tire. Now, once I've chalked my wheels, I'm going to go ahead and get in with 3 points of contact. All right, now the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure before you get into any vehicle, you put your seatbelt on. My seatbelt is on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my key to the on position. I'm gonna wait for my ABS light to turn off. Now my ABS light is turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and start my truck up. I'm gonna let my oil pressure build, and I'm gonna let the truck warm up for a second. All right, now I'm gonna hold my RPMs in between 10 and 15 until I hear my governor kick out. Now that my governor is kicked out, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my truck off. Now I'm turning it back to the on position. We'll wait for my ABS light right here to turn off. My ABS light is now off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and push in both my parking and trailer brake. I'm gonna watch my two air tanks and watch as they pressurize. I'm gonna watch them drop and wait until they stabilize. All right, they're stabilized at around 100 PSI. I am going to now start my applied test. I will put my foot on the brake and hold it and wait until it stabilizes. Gonna say it's just not stabilized. I will tell my examiner if he can start a 1 minute timer. We're gonna say the 1 minute is up. I'm gonna say that I did not lose no more than 4 PSI within that minute. Now I'll release the brake. And just like that, my low air pressure warning is already on, and I will let my examiner know that it came on at 60 PSI. Now we'll start my fanning test and let till the emergency comes out. All right, my trailer brake came out at around 30 PSI. My parking brake came out at around 25. Now I'm gonna go and start my truck back up and go out unchock my wheels. Exiting with 3 points of contact. I'm going to re-enter the truck with 3 points of contact. Now again, I'm going to hold my RPMs in between 10 and 15 until my governor kicks out. With my governor. Now we're gonna go ahead and do my tug test. My foot on the brake and I will put it in drive. My parking brake in so I can test my trailer brake. I'm gonna ease on it until I feel the tug. I felt my tug, put it back in neutral, pull out my parking brake, push in my trailer brake. Now we're gonna test the parking brakes. I felt the tug, put it back in neutral. I'm gonna push both of them in, so now we can do the service brake test. Put it in drive, and I'm gonna go forward to get to 5 miles an hour. Once my truck has come to a complete stop, I will note that it did not pull to the left or to the right, signifying my in-cab inspection. First things first, my seatbelt is properly mounted and secured. It's not cut, torn, or frayed. I want to make sure that it latches and unlatches. I have my fire extinguisher. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's fully charged, up to date, and the pin is in. I have my 3 triangles. There's 3 of them. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken. I have my extra fuses and my city and highway horn. They both work. Now I'm gonna move over to my 2 glass items. My mirrors, they're properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, chipped, or broken. They're free of debris and moisture. There's no illegal stickers, and they're adjusted to my liking. My windshield is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, chipped, or broken. It's free of debris and moisture. There's no illegal stickers, and my tag is up to date. Over to my accessories. My windshield wipers, they're properly mounted and secured. My arms are not cracked, bent, or broken. And the blades, they're not cut, torn, or frayed, and they're flush against the windshield. Turn them on and make sure they work. Also gonna make sure that the fluid comes out of it, and I have windshield washer fluid. Now move over to my heater and defrost. Go ahead and fill at the top. Make sure I feel the air coming out. Now I'll fill at the bottom and make sure I can feel air coming out. Now I want to note that my depth tank is full, or at whatever it's at. Now I'm gonna start my interior lights inspection. Do my left turn signal, it's working. My right turn signal, it's working. My 4-way flashers, they are working. And my high beams, they are working. Now I'm gonna ask my examiner to step out so he can check my lights. Again, I will do my left turn signal, my right turn signal, my 4-way flashers, my low beams, and my high beams. Now I'm gonna ask him to step to the back of the trailer to do the exact same thing. Left turn signal, right turn signal, 4-way flashers, and my brake. And that concludes my in-cab inspection.